Hey guys, just come out and shoot a quick video today. I told some of the guys on my Instagram page that I would do a video on identifying punkwood and charring it so that it can take a spark from a flint and steel. So let's get started. This a lot of people go out and they'll see a log like this and they'll chop pieces out of it, you know, thinking that it might be what people call punky wood, which is actually just rotten wood. And you know, the outside of this log is, you know, is slowly decomposing, but you know, it takes years and years. But you know, that's hard as a rock. That's not rotten wood yet. That'd be great for a fire. But you know, a lot of people, like I said, they'll take an axe and they'll knock big chunks out of it and try to char it. It will work, but not as good as punk wood. So let's go find some. All right, this is closer to what we're looking for. You can see where something's been going to town on this. But although it's starting to get soft right here where the bird's been pecking at it, it's not really rotten. Rotten wood, you should be able to just take your hand, not the bark, but the actual wood, and literally dig your fingers into it and just pull it away. But we're getting closer, so let's keep looking. Now here's a rotten log I came across, and it's definitely rotten. So let's take a look at it. I haven't even touched it yet. Alright, this camera's going to get shaky because I'm holding it with my hand, but I'm going to take my boot and just kick some of this back. Sorry guys, phone rang and I do all my recording with it. Alright, so you can see this is rotten. I mean, to the point of becoming dirt again. And it's saturated. So that's no good. That's not even wood anymore. It's just not punk wood. So plus it's saturated. You might get a few chunks out of that to work, but I seriously doubt it. Usually when I'm looking for punk wood, I don't look on the ground too much. I try to find a standing tree that's decomposing and pieces falling away from it. So let's keep looking. Alright guys, that's exactly what we're looking for. It's just a standing, rotting tree. Let's see. You can see birds have been tearing this thing up, getting the grubs out of it. That's a little bit hard in the center. So let's look on the corners here. Yeah, that's perfect. Now we're just going to take enough to fill up an Altoids tin can. Wow, I don't know if you guys saw that. There was a green fly living in this thing. Let me carry this over here so I can hold the camera steady. Okay. So just knock all this away, but all this wood right here, so I can literally dig my fingers into it. So that's what we want. Guys, I promise I'm gonna get a camera stand soon. Sorry to torture you guys with all this movement. I know it's not pleasant to watch. So hold on just a second. Okay. You know what? Let's take it back to where the camp is, because I have everything's soaking. Excuse me. Everything's soaking wet out here, and alright guys, so we're back at the, I guess car camp, whatever you want to call it. I drove my four-wheel drive back in the middle of the woods. I found me a different place I love. It's so green out here, and it's right next to a creek that if you follow the creek, it'll eventually wind up after about a mile down at my, I guess for lack of a better word, winter camp. But anyway, let's get started on this. So what I like to do, like I said, all this fine powder, kind of brush that away. You're not going to need it. But you see how punky this stuff is. It's just, it comes apart. But I like pretty big pieces. And I'm throwing, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm throwing the finer stuff away and saving the stuff that stays together better. And you want to char a pretty good bit. Just simply because some of the pieces, after you char it, you'll wind up throwing those away, or some will crumble on you. But it's going to be real fine, and this stuff weighs nothing once it's charred. Now then. Okay. So, you know, I guess everybody knows when you have a container like this that seals real good, you need a hole in it. I've seen a lot of people poke holes in the top of their Altoid cans, and you don't need to do that if you don't want to. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything, but there's enough smoke that escapes around the edges of an Altoids can that it just, there's really no need for poking a hole in the top of it. But anyway, let's get this thing fired up. You guys will see that stuff will start burning real quick. I mean, well, it's been on there just a few seconds. You can see it's already starting to smoke. I don't know if you could tell the color of the smoke was kind of a yellow color. It kind of took on the color of the wood. I think the main problem that people have when doing this is, one, is actually identifying the wood to be charred, and there's another problem. I think people, they stop it too soon. This thing will smoke for, well, it'll smoke 10-15 minutes, but Tell you what, I'm going to pause this and I'm going to bring you back and I'll let you know how much time has gone by, because there's no need in sitting here just watching the thing smoke. So I'll bring you back here in just a few minutes. Alright guys, it's been 3 minutes and you can see that thing's really smoking good now. I love the way it smells. You know, the can that you char your materials in, especially if you char wood in it, when there's nothing in it, you take it out, and I like to smell it because it reminds me of my grandfather's house back in the 70s when I was a little boy. He had a coal burning stove, and it had a very distinct smell, his living room did, and there was just, I don't know, there's something about being up here in the mountains and the smell of wood smoke and burning coal and everything, but it kind of takes me back to my childhood and brings back fond memories. I don't know if you guys ever feel that way, but there's certain smells that just remind you of times gone by, I guess. Anyway, I'll bring you back here in just a little bit. Alright, let's see, it's been 7 minutes. It's smoking more now than it was. Like I said, I normally do mine between 10 and 15 minutes. You know, it's hard to really put a set time on it because it depends on what you're charring. If you're charring a lot of wood, you know, or thicker pieces, you're gonna char it longer, because it takes time to, I guess, burn through to the inside of the wood. Char cloth obviously doesn't take this long. Oh, let me tell you guys a good cotton to use for char cloth. If you got any old blue jeans, use it. T-shirts, they're too thin and they come apart easy. But if you'll char blue jeans, like old just jeans you're about to throw out or whatever, cut them legs up on them, and I'm telling you, boy, they make some nice thick char pieces. But anyway, 8 minutes now, so I'll bring you back here in just a minute. Alright guys, this stuff's cool to the touch now. Yeah, so is the char, so let's transfer it. You don't want to carry it in something this deep, because when you try to strike down on it, you'll find yourself hitting this and knocking all your stuff over. So that's why, you know, if something like this is more practical, you could even char it in it and just leave it in it, you know, but I've just always charred in this tin. So let's, what I like to do is cover every bit of space in here, because once you start striking your flint and steel, you know, the sparks go everywhere. You can control a small area that they go to, but you can't really, you know, concentrate them into one small area. So get it laid out where everything is covered. And I'm picking the pieces that are the most fibrous, because they're more likely to catch a spark. Everything's starting to dry out, but I had to take a little grapevine, and I dried it over my little stove, just so it would take a spark. And then I've had it in my pocket drying out, but we'll test it and see. Now, I don't know if this flint in here is going to work. It needs to be napped because it's lost all of its sharp edges. But we'll find out. I brought another piece with me just in case. Okay, let's see if this works. And once you get it going, you can relax, and it doesn't take much. And I don't know if my hat was probably in the way, I'm not sure, but all you gotta do is move some other pieces over here if you want it to be more widespread. And all a piece has to do is touch it. And you don't have to blow hard. Now, so take your dry grass. See if I can do this without burning the carpet of my car. There you go, guys. Flame. You can see it didn't take long. Trick to it is a lot of times drying that grass out real good. So anyway, now let's go back up here. As you can see, I'm just barely blowing on it. And it doesn't take much. So anyway, I need to snuff this out before it singes my carpet. So anyway, just to put it out, just close the lid. Now the tin will be hot, so I'll just rest it on top of here. And it'll take a while. Be careful how you store that, because that'll burn in there for a while, because like I said, there'll be enough air to get in here to keep it burning just for a little bit. So you don't want to stick it in your pocket or anything, because it will blaze back up there real easy. But anyway, guys, I hope that helps somebody. And the guys on my Instagram page that were asking me the questions, I hope that helped you. It's fun to do. And, it's like you don't have to cut your clothes up, when you're out in the woods. And people's like, oh, well, I can always use my cotton bandana or my cotton shirt or cotton this, Yeah, you can, and it's nice to have it. But I've never, and it could just be the area I'm living in, I've never had a problem finding, punk wood. It's all around us. So I guess in long-term sustainability, you would always make sure that you had enough charred material in your tin to last you for the next fire. And so anyway, you guys know all that. But like I said, I hope this helps you, and I really enjoyed doing it. And if you got any questions, comments, whatever, leave them down below, and I will definitely answer them. I love the questions. I love answering them and everything. So, all right, you guys take care, and I'm going to go play some. And I'll probably be posting pictures on my Instagram page today. But anyway, I will see you guys later. Take care.